There are around 1,000 Chinese characters with the radical of heart. The meanings are related to emotions and feelings, well, activities in the heart, or thoughts and memories, the activities in the mind and brain. In this episode, I will introduce you dozens of characters of that kind to help you understand and memorize them.
Ladies and gentlemen.
First of all, how are we going to recognize this radical? Well, it comes from the character of xin, the heart. Xin. And believe it or not, this is quite graphical, with the profile of the heart, and maybe you can imagine the dots like either the blood or the blood veins that transport the blood all over the body. And when xin becomes radical of other compound characters, it has two forms. It either stays at the very bottom of this kind of structure, very easy to recognize. It's just a bit pressed and flatter than its usual form. For example, ni, which means you. If we add the radical of heart, xin at the bottom, then you get another character, nin, the respectful version of ni, to show your politeness. So a radical could be very important that a HSK1 level character is upgraded to HSK2 level character. Well, I'm kidding, but you see the transfer of the meaning by yourself immediately, right? Well, the other form looks completely different. It's always on the left side of this kind of structure, and it looks like just a long stick with 2 points at each side. Another example here. Mang, that means busy or to be busy, and wang, to forget. Wang, mang, wang, mang, wang. You will see that they are both with heart radical, just in different forms because the structures are different, and they also share one part in common. And this part gives you a hint of the sound. This is also very typical in the making of Chinese compound characters, that one part is responsible for the meaning, like the radicals, and the other part is responsible for the phonetic, the sound. Maybe you learn them at different stages, maybe they appear on your vocabulary list at different times, but the radicals can help you find a connection between them and to memorize them into groups. Now let's check these two characters out. Kuai and man. Kuai means fast or quick, and man means the opposite, slow or slowly. You may ask, well, these are the words about the speed. How come that the radical of the heart plays a role here? True, but when our ancestors create those characters, they refer the passage of time to the feelings. Like when you do something that you feel pleasant, happy, then the time is quickly over. But if you're doing something that you don't like, then it feels like forever. That's why we say happy, 快乐. 快乐，生日快乐 Happy birthday. 生日快乐，新年快乐 Happy New Year. 新年快乐，快乐的时间过得快 Happy time passes quickly. 快乐的时间过得快，不快乐的时间过得慢 Unhappy time passes slowly. 不快乐的时间过得慢 And even Albert Einstein said something similar when he tried to explain the theory of relativity to common people like us. Another word, 愉快, delighted, pleasant. 愉快. And quite on the contrary, with 慢, we have a couple of words with negative meanings. For example, 怠慢, treat somebody something without care. 怠慢. And let me give you some examples in life. 饭店怠慢客人. A restaurant handled the guests without too much care. 饭店怠慢客人. 银行怠慢客户. A bank treats customers carelessly. 银行怠慢客户。机场怠慢乘客. The airport treats passengers carelessly. 机场怠慢乘客. And the last one, 商店怠慢顾客. A shop handles the customers carelessly. 商店怠慢顾客. And you see in these examples, 客人、客户 乘客顾客. In these four words, you can see one part in common, which is 客, that itself means the guest. And that's also very typical in constructing the Chinese words. Let's move on with the other words with the heart radical. To describe a person who would like to take time, we say 慢性子. 慢性子. And to mean the opposite, that somebody is always in a hurry, 急性子. 急性子. Now, 性子 is more or less like temper, and it's a verbal expression. And again, either 急 or 性. They're also with the heart radical. 他是个急性子 or 他是个慢性子. He or she is quick-tempered or slow-tempered. 他是个急性子. 他是个慢性子. Besides, 性 could also mean sex. Perhaps you have already seen it. 性别 gender, because separately means the difference in sex. 性别, we declare this thousands of times on different kinds of formulas, and it's also written on our passport. 护照上的性别 gender on passport. 护照上的性别. And the next word, 情. 情. This means emotion, the bond between people in certain kind of relations. And there are different kinds. So between friends, 朋友, we have 友情, friendship. 友情. And between close relatives, especially the parents and the children, we have 亲情. 亲情. And if somebody did you a great favor, like saving your life or the life of your children, or give you a chance of a lifetime that you couldn't get somewhere else, then we have 恩情, gratitude. 恩情. Now, you might have already know the other word. 感谢, to feel like to thank to somebody. 感谢. 感, which means to feel. 感. And we could say here, 感恩, to feel like to thank to somebody who give you such a big favor. And that's why 谢, which means a normal favor, a small favor, is with the radical of speech. And 恩 is something much, much greater. That's why with the radical of heart. 感谢, 感恩. See the difference? And of course, we can go on with the other words too, like 同情, compassion. 同情, and most importantly, 爱情, love. 爱情. Now you may wonder why there's no heart in 爱. Well, there was. In the old times, we have 心 right in the middle of the character. But later on, we changed the characters a lot into simplified versions. Then this part is transformed into one single stroke. And I tell you one funny thing. Both 爱人 and 情人, that means lover. But in our society, 爱人 and 情人 has a huge difference. 爱人 is about couple within marriage. And 情人 is a lover that you have in secret, outside of marriage. That when you introduce your husband or wife, 介绍丈夫 or 介绍妻子. 这是我爱人. But you wouldn't say, 这是我情人. Then the other people might think, 你丈夫知道吗? 你妻子知道吗? Does your husband or wife know that? So please don't say that. 这是我情人. Not good. And again, here, 情 is a compound character with one radical responsible for the meaning and the other part for the sound. And if we take the sound part and change the radical of heart into others, for example, the speech radical, then you have 请, please, 请, or 请, sunny, 请. And because of the sound part, 请, 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 you see they're quite close in pronunciations. And next, I would like to introduce you 4 verbs at the same time. 恨, to hate. 恨. 怜, to feel sorry for something, to feel sympathetic for something. 怜. 心, to feel pity for something. 心. 怕, to fear. 怕. And now if I put 可, that means to be worthy of. 可 in front of each and every of them. Then you get adjectives. 可恨, hateful. 可恨. 可怜, pitiful, pathetic. 可怜. 可惜, what a pity. 可惜. 可怕, terrible, dreadful, horrifying. 可怕. And let me give you a few examples to help you understand, okay? 手机被偷了。可恨. Mobile phone is stolen, and I hate this kind of thing, and I hate the thief. 被 is the verb we use a lot in passive forms, and 偷, to steal. 偷. And we can also say 可恨的小偷, the hateful thief. 可恨的小偷. 小偷, thief. 小偷. Next example. 生病的孩子。可怜. A sick child makes me feel sorry for him or her. 生病的孩子。可怜. Next, 没有看到日出。可惜. Didn't see the sunrise. What a pity. 没有看到日出。可惜. 吸血鬼。可怕. Vampire. Horrible. 吸血鬼. Suck blood ghost. That's how we translate vampire. 吸血鬼。可怕. And of course, we can use the same format to make words with positive meanings. 可爱, cute, lovable. 可爱. 刚出生的小猫。可爱. Newborn cats. Lovely. 刚出生的小猫。可爱. Next word. 意思. To mean something or meaning. 意思. And to say something is very interesting, we say 有意思。有意思. And sometimes when we say I'm sorry, we say 不好意思。不好意思. And last but not least, 2 characters about the mind and brain. 思, to think. 思. And 想 also mean to think, but it's usually not for something very complicated. It needs a lot of logical thinking. 想 also have other meanings. For example, to want. And from there extended, 想 is also a modal verb that we can put other action verbs behind it. And therefore, 想 is a bit richer in meanings and therefore can be constructed into many other words. 想象, to imagine. 想象. 想念, to miss. 想念. And 想法, ideas, opinions. 想法. All right, that's all for this episode. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode. Take care. 谢谢. 再见.